Our opening song this week is by Stephen Cogswell. It's called Big Ass Cockroach. Get it at awtfy.com. That's AWTFY.com/roach.
I gotta warn you guys, you're not prepared for this banger. This song is epic.
Okay.
Yeah, let me show it off.
Louder music.
Oh, there's one big ass cockroach and he's running around the wood. I said one big ass cockroach is doing what they would. One big ass cockroach, he wants to be on live. One big ass cockroach, fuck you, you're dead.
Fuck that guy.
Nominated for a Grammy nomination.
Oh, well, and one vote equals one derisive laugh. Big old fart, that's what I like. Eat a salmon in my mouth. Spit it out, that's what I'm about. Shit. Fat bear week, that's what I'm doing. And if you don't speak, then you're mute.
It's a checkbook wedding, got diamonds on a ring.
Somebody real funny is the asshole.
Step on it. One big ass cockroach, his carapace is cracked. One big ass cockroach. I don't know, I got nothing.
All right. Hello.
Hey, there she is.
Hey. Stop it. How do I shut this fucking thing off? That's a country classic.
Good goddamn! Hello, you beautiful bastards of the internet. It's Tuesday night. And of course, that means it has got to be go time for Night Attack, bringing you the best of the worst of the internet. The inner tent. We draw a big tent. It's Big Tent Politics on Tuesday. Joined as always by my BFF and OAK. It's JRY, Justin Robert Young. Hey, Justin, remember the promise I made to you today?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
remember, you said I'm gonna have to miss the pre-show because
Yes.
I have to watch the debates, and I said I'm gonna watch the debates with you,
Yeah.
and we can talk about the debates.
So here we go, Brian. Just as you promised, here we go. Substantive, informative debate coverage.
Ah, man.
I'll start us off. I thought that it was a real rough night for Elizabeth Warren, a good night for some of the younger candidates. But for the real work, let's go to Brian. Brian?
Man, remember when there was all those white people on stage? And they were all like,
I wish I wasn't so white. That's why I'm going to take down the other white man. Yeah.
Of course, Beto O'Rourke had a bit of a weird confrontation with Pete on guns. He was a little bit more forward on gun control. He was contrasting with Pete coming in a little bit more aggressive on a moderate lane. What did you think of some of the other big moments, Brian?
well, I mean, I thought there was a real nuanced discussion whether government should have most of our money or all of it.
Well, obviously, yes, Bernie and Biden did have a back and forth.
Am I accidentally nailing all of this? Is that what's happening? No, how was it? I didn't watch.
This close. We were this close to getting picked up by CNBC. Shit, you gotta get these guys on. Do you think Wolf Blitzer shows up every time he's on the Situation Room and says, there's a fight in Syria, and also I had too much to drink at lunch? No!
You're right. No. There should be that cutoff moment. How was it though? Was there anything good?
I mean, look, yeah, it was actually Elizabeth Warren got really beat up, and she kind of got left at the altar because Bernie, the big knock on her now that she's kind of the front runner and more people are focusing on her. The big knock is she won't say whether or not Medicare for all will raise taxes, which in general, a Democrat not saying that a gigantic program is going to raise taxes and instead focusing all of their conversation on the good things that it will do for you is not rare. The problem is that she's on the same stage with Bernie Sanders, who's like, yup, It'll raise the hell out of your taxes. Like he's just like Danny DeVito 2 podiums over, screaming about how much more taxes they're gonna pay. And so she kind of got attacked by both sides, and I don't think she had a very good night.
So what about? I was surprised at how little coverage. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Bonnie hadn't even heard this. Did you know that Bernie Sanders had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Oh, so you did hear about this? Okay. So with that being the case, like, is this like a zombie campaign where it's like they keep going because they have to keep going?
Primary at Bernie's.
Well, okay, no, I'm not saying that Bernie Sanders is an undead. I'm not saying he actually died and his animated corpse is still running the campaign. I mean, God damn it.
At Bernie's too when they charmed him with the voodoo flute.
You're like the question at the town hall is, who's your Bokur? Who controls you?
Wait, did you call it the campaign at Bernie's or
Campaign at Bernie's?
Primary at Bernie's.
Okay, it used to be that if you were like had a heart attack or seen as not healthy enough to complete your 4 years, that you wouldn't even be considered. But it also was considered that if you were like super had a lot of infidelity.
Okay, all right.
Like,
yes,
you know,
yes.
so I mean,
we're
it's all
in an
out the
age
window
where
now.
nothing is unelectable.
Politics have indeed changed, and also the age. I mean, we just elected the oldest president that we ever elected, and if 2 of the 3 candidates were to get elected that are front running now, they would be the oldest. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's changed. And Bernie, look, if Biden had a heart attack, I think it would kill his campaign because like Biden is all about electability. Bernie brings something very specific. Again, the fact that he's up on stage saying like, yeah, I had a heart attack. And also Medicare for All is going to raise everybody's taxes. These are 2 things that would never be said on a campaign stage before. And there's somebody that is in amongst the front runners saying them now. So I think he brings something unique beyond just that he, can live to election day.
I mean, one could say that he's like personally motivated to make sure he gets those stints.
To get the Medicare for all.
Yeah.
He's like, I really would have appreciated having Medicare for all during my heart attack.
No, literally. That was the first tweet he had in the hospital was like, thank God I had good doctors. Medicare for all, everybody. Like he was seconds out of surgery when he was tweeting. He got back on message.
So I was listening to the 538 podcast because I don't know. I guess I have an appetite for politics, and I wish one of my friends would host a show that was nothing about
very
politics.
Nice. I'm glad. Yeah. So how did their points compare to mine, Brian?
They were all like,
We love being the big media machine. We hope no independents steal our ideas.
Nate Silver, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow, Nick Silver. I mean, like, what do you think the percentage is that Andrew Yang can win Iowa?
About as big as the percentages of our dominance of this market. 538 for the win. Buy a t-shirt.
Wow, merch motivated Nate Silver.
No, but specifically, they were talking about a poll where the questions were, do you believe this candidate is too young to be president, the right age, or too old to be president? And of the top 3, they noticed that Bernie and Biden were massively more likely to be told that they're too old to be president, whereas Elizabeth Warren was not. And she's close. She's like 6 years, 7 years younger than one of them.
3, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, and but then, like as an aside, they pointed out how many people, I want to say was like 4 or 5%, said that they were too young to be president, which makes me just think that all polling is bullshit. Like the fact that anybody would say like, give that Bernie a few more years and maybe he's ready.
Let him ripen up. Hey, maybe when you get a few notches on your belt, a few hairs on your chest, youngin'.
Oh. Hey man, so how was your week?
Well, it's been a real whirlwind. I was in Florida, obviously the last time that we did this show, and then came back, went to Vegas for literally a night to go hang with our friend, the OG Brito, Will Harris. So that was an absolute blast. I can tell you this funny story. I introduced Will Harris to White Claw.
Oh my God. I still have never tried White Claw. I think I might resist forever. But then again, now that it's kind of fashionable to resist trying White Claw, maybe I'll give that up.
I mean, like, you know that it's like super low calorie booze, right?
Okay, wait, get thee behind me, booze Satan.
I feel like you're the target market, Brian.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to enjoy my 99 calorie Shiner Light. It's like beer.
So we were the night after we go out on Thursday night, and then Friday we hook up with Mitsula in the morning, and we wind up at this this awesome little bar outside of the Flamingo because we're smoking cigars, and Will sees the White Claws, and he's like, I've never tried them. So he goes and grabs a White Claw, and so we're drinking White Claw, but it's like ironic but not ironic because, of course, Brian, there ain't no laws when you're on the claws. That's actually settled by the Supreme Court.
Okay, where did you hear that? Is that a thing
Everyone
people say?
is saying it.
Is that a thing everybody's saying?
No.
Bernie said it last night or tonight on the debate.
Number one, yeah, look up the legal decision.
Okay, I would like to remind the chat who was here for the pre-show that Brian was insisting that he supports the puns and wordplay.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
Did you just see this? Did you just see what happened? He's just like,
I'm just saying, look, it was settled bro versus bro. It was a 5-4 decision. Alito wrote the majority that there ain't no laws when you're on the claws.
That was a crushing blow for Smirnoff Ice. All right, so
a big ice money was going into the, pushing that one all the way to the highest court in the land. So there's a moment, Brian, and I feel like you would be on my side with this one. How do you feel about the surprise shot? You're at a bar, somebody brings the surprise shot.
Here is the mitigating factor. Is it a situation where someone is about to do a podcast?
No, I was not in
for
that,
it.
but
100% for it.
Oh, you're saying, okay, so if you are livening up a product, or no, wait, when is it not good?
When I'm about to do a podcast and a fan really thinks they're helping things by getting me ahead of schedule.
Gotcha. Okay. So I've never really been great at taking shots. This is a little a confessional here. I've always kind of like half choked on them. I've never been able to get like that, like beyond the gag reflex, like right down the gullet kind of motion. I always hesitate at the last second because I don't really like them. They're not really all my favorite shots of all time are all the like mixers, the like Irish car bombs or, Boilermakers where you drop them in a half thing of beer and then you chug the whole beer. I would rather chug an entire beer than I would take one shot of anything, really.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Wait, Justin, you grew up in Florida.
I mean, look, I made my way in life. Didn't mean that I was good at it or liked it.
But also like he grew up in a civilized place where you were encouraged to walk up and down the street with a glass bottle of your favorite beer in hand. But now you have all these other places where that's, illegal, using air quotes. So instead, everybody, does a shot all at once. I don't blame him, man. He's got a cultured gullet.
And by the way, like this is even like when I would take shots in my 20s, I never really liked it. When I would buy shots, I never really liked it. I just knew that everybody else liked it and it was going to be a fun time. So I bring you now to maybe the messiest I've ever been at 11:30 in the morning.
Wait, this is days ago?
This is Friday morning. Last Friday morning. We are at this bar outside of the Flamingo. We're smoking a cigar. Will's also never had a cigar before, so he's experiencing so many of our American treasures.
I mean, the only thing missing is you in character rolling a poorly rolled blunt because you're in Vegas.
So we are there. He's drinking a White Claw, he's smoking a cigar, and then all of a sudden he goes for another round, and he brings another White Claw, and boom, there he has 2 shots. And I'm like, we had just gone out fairly late at night the night before, and I'm like, oh man, all right, I guess I thought we were doing okay. I had a couple mimosas with breakfast. I had the couple White Claws before, so I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I'm living like a daytime Vegas lifestyle. But that shot, man, Brian, that shot scares me.
Can I? Okay, we discovered a brand new toy, a live polling thing that works with Twitch, and so Twitch chat. So if we can bring that up, and I'm going to propose some theories on where stuff goes. Bonnie, Bryce, if you have theories, throw that in there, and then we'll do a poll. There's obviously there's the scenario where Justin drinks it and ends up vomiting. There's the scenario where he waits for it to be handed and he pretends to have Butterfingers and whoa, and then it goes and it spills all over the place, right? There's the big toast, little sip, which is the trick I always do, like, yeah! And then off to the side it goes.
Yeah.
And these are how Justin handles.
I just saw Hustlers. That's a big key plot point in the movie Hustlers.
Oh,
is it?
It is. No, it's a bunch of strippers trying to con these guys and drugging them into going into the VIP room at a strip club. So literally how to take a fake shot is like their superpower.
I guess while we're on that topic, there is the possibility that Will roofied Justin, slipped a little GHB in there.
The Hustlers. Okay, so put in the he J-load me.
J-load, yep. And then Bonnie, what do you have any suggestions?
I think it's the turn to the side magic trick.
Oh, the sword swallowing trick, where it's like you go to the side, you line it up, and you pour it down, and then you act like you also pooped at the same time that you were that you were drinking.
And by the way, like Vegas, the Strip, that's the place to do it. Now it is daytime, so you'd have a little bit more of a visible stain, but also it's the fucking Strip. Like as if people are doing all sorts of shit all over there all the time.
All right. Any other action before we open up voting, Bryce?
No,
You think it's covered?
Because I think what I would do if I was like given an extra drink too early I would just let it sit. It would just wait. And
I think that's
let's add on there
sit.
the politely decline.
Oh, well.
Which is, it's telling that not one of us had suggested that as something Justin would have done in this situation.
I would rather
politely decline.
I would rather throw it all over the fucking furniture than like politely decline.
All right, last call
For the record, for anybody who's going to vote, I would rather throw it in Will's eyes than fucking politely decline it.
All right, we're going to start the poll here. Everybody type
All right,
in
we got
chat.
6 options.
1
starting
for
with
the drink, then vomit. 2 for dropping it on purpose. 3 for the big toast little sip. 4 for the roofie, a.k.a. J-load. 5 for the sword swallow illusion. And 6 for politely decline. We got the votes.
Swallowing illusion.
Oh my God. By the way, you know what popped into my head today is Bryce's voice saying, "Where are the snails going anyway?"
Where are snails even trying to go?
Yeah, where are the snails even trying to go?
My God, real quick digression. A fucking Hall of Fame no stupid questions this week. There was from a female Redditor. Are urinals real?
Oh, I saw that. That's amazing.
And then 7 replies saying yes.
And I've never seen one.
Oh, my dad was a restaurant manager, and we would have these holiday parties once a year. And so that meant we got to stay in the restaurant late, like when everything was shut down. But my mom would go and decorate the tree. So we were just running around the restaurant while... Before anybody was there. It
sounds like you're setting up your own Shining moment where the men's room is your room 237 or whatever, where you go in and there's a dude peeing.
No, but then that was like the big thing is to get to go peek at the urinals. Like, oh yeah, they're real. Like that's so freaking weird. So, and then the rest of the time I just ran around the house with a pickle in my mouth, I guess.
All right, so what are we at?
All right,
Number one.
We're going to close the poll here. The current winner with 34% of the vote, Big Toast, Little Sip. How close were the people, Juice?
Will comes over, gives me this. It's a Crown Royal apple shot.
Bonnie's
That was a bit of a roller coaster of a moment because I was like, that sounds smooth. Like maybe you'll be able to handle it.
So I go and take the shot, and I kind of choke on it. I kind of do the like right, which again, this is just a thing about me that I'm admitting. I'm laying my soul bare here for you, the internet. And that's pretty much it. Until
Oh, hold on. Who had action? Who had action on option number one?
until, and this is a real sneak attack because I think I'm in the clear on this, right? Like every once in a while, especially if I kind of choke on a shot, I'll have like a flavorful burp, right? But that'll pretty much be that. Indeed, I do have a burp, but this is not a full-fledged like vomit. Like I'm not like emptying, not like a full heave.
Oh shit!
But-
hold on. Can I guess where this is headed? It sounds like you're describing a Vurp where it's a volume enough for you to hold in your mouth, and you have that panicked moment of trying to figure out where does it go from here.
Indeed, I verped, but I panicked because I don't know if I've ever verped in my life. Like this was as a 36-year-old man, I had to deal with a virgin verp. And boy, did I fumble it. All like I'm trying to catch it in my hands.
Oh!
And it's just kind of like hitting the like front of like, again, I have empty glasses in front of me. I could have definitely just grabbed a glass and verped into it, but it just kind of like dropped in front of me. But it's not so much that it's a scene. In fact, like nobody really even got napkins for it. It just kind of like laid there on the like concrete in front of us. But yeah, that was it. I just fucking had this moment where I was like, oh, we had an epic night. We were up till 4:00 the night before, holding my liquor. I got a fucking reputation to maintain out here in these streets. And then here I am at 11:30, fucking catching a little baby vomit in my hands as I have to go shamefully find the bathroom at the Flamingo Casino to wash them.
So in this moment, you realize how close this is to Bonnie's story. That the only difference is that while you look for a place to go wash your hands, Bonnie looked for the nearest horrified family and then pointed at them and cackled at their horrified expressions. She puked into her hands.
Story.
What's that?
This is the Denny story?
Yes. Man, I guess I need to verp live on stream. That's the only way to join the club.
Oh, God,
Oh,
please do not. This is
oh.
a new studio.
Nope.
No.
I mean, but it's his new studio.
Mine too.
Find a bucket.
Sorry, Brian. As your lawyer, I try.
Well, thanks. We'll try. Blah, gotcha.
Well, I'll tell you what else you can get. The support of this show by heading on over to patreon.com/Night Attack. Again, that is patreon.com/Night Attack. Support this program. Go ahead and get content early. You want the pre-show and the post-show? Not as something a few days later, but just as one unbroken rock block. Well, the only way that you can do that is heading on over to patreon.com/Night Attack right now and pledging. Brian, though, we have our own way of recognizing those that chip into the program, huh?
Hell's freaking yeah. If you're a new pledger or if you up your pledge, then we say up yours and do a little thing that we like to call...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour.
It's an hour of... All right, now, if it's been a minute since we've explained this whole conceit. The whole point is everybody out there is listening right now, a bunch of people contributing, and then they don't really think about it. But somebody out there is going to forget that they contributed, and all of a sudden it's going to be real weird when they're in the middle of working on the newest margarine as a margarine scientist, and somebody says Neil Fleisch because that's their name.
Oh, I mean, you mean a name like Neil Fleisch?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'd like to believe it's like General Zod showing up. He goes, Neil Fleisch.
Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch. Neil Fleisch.
Echo's not working today.
Thank you. No echo today?
No,
That's
it's
fine.
not working.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Neil.
Fleisch.
There you go. You got
There
it.
you go.
You got
Thank
it.
you, Justin.
You got it.
Thank you. Helping a brother out.
And of course, we also go full on Twitch streamer mode. We tell a 1-minute story, totally unrelated to all the names that show up as everybody contributes, and we check in with the Bit Boss.
Oh my God, a big 3K for Big Jim. But you want to know what? You don't need to be a soothsayer to tell that, right, Brian?
Yeah, dude, I was talking to a robo-cow, and he says, don't believe me, believe the words of a bio-cow. That's the real truth.
Steal the win is what I have tattooed on the underside of my ribs because I want to remember whenever I look at that place on my body that that's the thing I should do.
On that exact same spot, I put a crimson Zamboni running over the thing that you just said.
Well, I have Zeus and Hera, but they're on either side of my balls. I got a Zeus ball and a Hera ball.
Yeah, well, and on my balls, between Zeus and Hera, I have one of them tattooed. It says the Lanina, and the other says Theater Monkey. And it's really a reference to the classic tale of Athena springing forth from the head of Zeus. I wouldn't expect anyone other than Sutter Kane to understand it.
Nor should you.
Do you remember Black Herman Cain?
Of course.
Not
Yeah.
not the actual.
Black Kane, yeah.
Totally different person than
Yeah,
presidential candidate.
God, I mean, there's some of those characters that I don't even know where the fuck we came up with them. Like, I believe Black Herman Cain was this voice. I'm Black Herman Cain. But it was just Herman Cain back when Herman was running for president. Just to fucking timestamp this podcast, and but with Brian's old haircut. Herman Cain with Brian's old spikes, and he talked like this. He's Black Herman Cain. I'm running for president, and I would very much appreciate your vote.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I don't think I intended to make a segue, but here we are reminiscing about old podcasts. Guess what today's bit is?
Oh, that's right. So we had, for the past few weeks, we've had a channel in the Discord called Help Out, where people have submitted links for a spooky new round of I Said What?
This is our favorite and most agonizing bit that Justin and I do because we literally don't remember a goddamn thing we say on this fucking show, and it's thrilling to rediscover the memories. It's agonizing to be reminded that we're old, decaying flesh that can't even hold on to our own life.
Bryce calls it I Said What. You listeners might call it I Said What. Brian and I call it dementia.
Brad and I call it Sandwich Tuesday. Are you my daughter?
That sounds really sad.
It's kind of sad. So
Imagine what it's like to have the thing that you do all the time, where literally you draw so much enjoyment and friendship and fellowship. It's changed your life. It's made you financially in a place that you would have never thought that you could comedically, and yet you can't remember it. Yes, indeed. It is exactly like that. It is. I don't enjoy this game, Bryce. I don't like it.
I call it what?
It's mortality in a fucking box, and yet you bring it here so you can entertain the rest of these fucking jackals as they sup upon my corpse.
Yeah, welcome to our newest bit, Tease My Grandpa, in which somebody brings their grandfather with actual dementia, and we keep hiding stuff from him.
Yeah.
It's always in the same place.
Oh, is this your picture from the Korean War? Nope, it was World War II, you old fuckface. Eat shit.
Oh.
Well,
Anyway, I played this Japanese game about dream cops. It's
okay,
me.
well-
I'm your son, Bryce.
my dad listens to this show. Dad, I don't believe you have to. But I do. I have been playing a video game
I would
about
love to
Dream
believe
Cops,
you have an
so.
awkward Thanksgiving coming up where your dad's just like, listen, I heard how you tease them Night Attack boys. You're not going to do
My
that
dad,
to me.
no, he doesn't have an accent.
Ah, look at that. Now you're telling them I don't even have an accent.
I'll remember your dad from the moment that he first walked in, just slowly striding past those swinging double doors with his chaps coming in first, fringe flowing in the prairie breeze.
So this is a special edition because I want to thank Spider Bite, especially, who put the doc together for this game. So I actually don't know the answers. We're all going to play along.
Ooh.
It also means
So in
there's a
this
chance
case,
I
you'll be
might be in
pretending
this.
that you have dementia too.
so there's a chance I and Bonnie might be in some of these quotes. So I'm going to read a quote. We'll go in order. Everybody will say who you think said it.
All
And
four of
that's-
us are on the. Oh wow.
That's right. We're
Considering how good Brian and I were at guessing just a binary option, I'm sure that we're gonna really exponentially explode success.
I swear to God, like unless one of these quotes begin with "as a female, I feel ... Like that's the only way I'm gonna get one right.
that thing Bonnie
Yeah.
says so much.
No, unless the quote begins, this idol group doesn't actually perform their own songs.
All right,
Like,
all right.
So that's how we will play. So I'll say the quote. We'll go in order, and whoever gets it right gets a point in this very spooky edition of I Said What? So we're going to start with this quote. Brian, we'll start with you. The quote is, I'm going to set fire to the internet with this pizza shit. I'm going to set fire to the internet with this pizza shit.
I mean, first of all, I'm always saying I'm going to set fire. We're setting fire to the internet. I lean on that so much that I want to suggest that it almost certainly is not me.
Oh, do you think they're trying to play with you?
Yeah, I do. I think Bonnie said it.
Me?
Oh, all right.
Oh, not a chance.
Brian says Bonnie,
You
Justin.
would never set fires, or you never deal with pizza.
I leave the firebug stuff to Brian. So I would never say that. I think it might have been Justin.
remember that Bonnie only really went from Bill Cosby to Richard Pryor in terms of working blue as soon as she came to the new studio.
3 weeks.
So
yeah.
like I don't know if we would hear a shit get dropped from Bonnie back in the day. It kind of sounds. I'm gonna say it sounds like Brian. I'm going with Brian.
Yeah. The only reason I'm saying not me is because it sounds so obviously much like it would be me.
You're gamifying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, old game theory Brushwood. Yeah.
Bonnie,
What
what
say
do you
you,
think?
Bryce?
Oh, I do know that you say set fire to the internet a lot, but I think Justin tends to like call stuff shit more. So I'm actually going to say Justin.
Yeah, I think Justin.
You say Justin too?
Oh, more nouns like shit as nouns.
Yeah, like
Generic
Well,
placeholder now.
Right.
No,
Let's
I
get
think-
into this shit.
I think it's an exclamation point, and instead of just like emphasizing it, like the word "shit" has to be there. Is like, you know, you'd have a dot and then shit. Like,
Dot. Shit.
Bonnie
new top
would
level
like a
domain.
special emoticon that is an exclamation point made of a turd and another turd.
All right, let's take a look here at who actually said it. I'm going to set fire to the internet with this pizza shit. Here we go.
Up.
From 184, she goes by, I don't know, what's your favorite? You got
Oh, no. Mine's always, it's thin crust. If you have a thick crust, you can get bent and go to hell. Chicago-style pizza is garbage. The best kind of pizza is...
You won't give me your opinion on a hot dog being a sandwich, but you will start some pizza shit.
Oh, man, no. I'm going to set fire to the internet over this pizza shit.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, that's right on.
Justin gets a point.
Also, I was wearing that shirt yesterday.
Yeah. And also, Justin also apparently gets a fucking temple full of gray hairs. Jesus Christ.
Look at him, he's so young.
How long ago was this?
This was episode 184 from 2017, August 2017.
oh
Fucking 2 years ago. I've gone fucking real gray in a hurry.
One Trump presidency. Look what happens.
Let's not make it political. Just kidding. All right, let's do round 2 here. Justin, we're gonna start with you. The quote is, "We'll go to IHOP so I can pour some syrup on my disrespected junk." We'll go to the IHOP so I can pour some syrup on my disrespected junk.
What's funny is like I'm already thinking like I want to listen to this podcast, and then I think like I might have said that, and it like,
All right, number 1. If there's one good element that comes out of this game that I fucking hate, it is that we take this bank of quotes and we make a Twitter bot that just randomly tweets out these out of context quotes because I enjoy the quotes. I just don't enjoy trying to fucking force my failing brain to remember who did them. My disrespected junk sounds like me. I'm going to go me.
Justin's gonna say Justin. All right. Bonnie, what do you think?
I think it's Justin.
Bonnie thinks it's Justin. We'll go to the IHOP so I can pour some syrup on my disrespected junk. I feel like junk is a very Justin word, because if it was Brian, it would be scrotum, balls, dick, nanano, like
Nano?
scrote.
Is Brian spraying Nano around these things?
What did you call it?
a nanano.
What?
So I think I gotta get on the Justin train on this one too. Brian, do you remember this one? Are you?
You just got because Justin never calls it his junk. He calls it the Justin train, and you just got on it.
I've been playing the fool.
You must take the J train.
I'm gonna go for like an out of left field Bonnie on this one.
Oh, a Bonnie. Okay.
Oh my God.
A
I
second
cannot
Bonnie.
imagine.
It does. I mean, the fact that there's like Bryce and Bonnie options does open shit up.
Yeah.
Because I could see, if it's not me, I do agree that it's probably Bonnie.
76% of the chat also believe it's Justin. Let's take a look at this clip from, let's see. This is Night Attack 194.
Remain friends with Mike TV.
I'm just saying, no, we'll go to the IHOP so I can pour some syrup on my disrespected junk after the sex I've had.
Justin!
Oh, nicely done.
There you go. Points for Justin, Bryce, and Bonnie.
The other awful part about this is that we go back in time and you find out that I really only have like, either I really care about my personal appearance or I look like an unmade bed. Like there's
You're constantly cosplaying as an unmade bed.
Look, that's a handsome man who should be like, selling a Sears equipment or something. Like that's a basic front. Me right now, or me in the clip before, I just look like a fucking heroin dealer.
That was from...
I'm fucking 2 days of hair growth away from being the face of the opioid epidemic.
Hey, quick side jag on
Sure.
this. I don't know if we talked about it, but you haven't seen that Breaking Bad movie, that El Camino, yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten a chance.
Non-spoiler thing, unless you care about production schedules and the current age and success of the star. Man, for somebody who's been starved in a cement hole for a long time, Aaron Paul looks
30. 35.
healthy.
Some hands are being... Ooh, some hands.
You
Wow,
look-
okay,
you look-
judgy.
Looks a little jolly.
It's only because Brian took such comfort in it.
I did.
He was
I
just
was like, what? I could still make a movie and pass as 19 and 30 pounds lighter?
Also, he looked really cute.
He did. He looked great.
He looked
the scars, the
great.
torture really just made him radiant.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Open a door to that relationship that I would not like to follow through on.
All right, round 3 of our very spooky edition of I Said What? Bonnie, we'll start with you on this one. The quote is, "Yeah, I am so old." Yeah, I'm so old.
That is me. That has got to be me, right?
I guarantee you, 3 out of the 4 panelists immediately thought that's got to be me.
I'm definitely saying that it's me for sure. It's gotta be.
I know for a fact that the last name is Brushwood.
That sounds like me, like not articulating.
No, it would be an expletive. It would be like, fucking old man's dog. I'm the oldest, right? It would be something like that. But it's got to be. I'm going Bonnie.
Justin's gonna say Bonnie. All right,
Man,
Brian.
chat realm is split right now.
Between
50-50,
Brian
Brian Bonnie, with far behind Justin and Bryce. I think I'm going to go with you, Justin. I think that we're due for a Bonnie.
All right, Brian, Justin, and Bonnie. You're saying Bonnie. I'm saying myself. The chat with just a hair over says it's Brian. Let's take a look at the clip here. Who said that? This is from Night Attack number 21, The Watching It.
And you're old, so of course you don't remember anything.
Oh my good God. Shots fired.
Boom, boom, boom. Bitch.
Oh, that's Brian. That's
All right, guys.
That was Brian. It just barely made it up, but that was Brian. No
Man, that's
points.
before I actually got old too. What's up with that? Look at those baby faces.
This is from 2014, July 2014, number 20.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's when we were still doing the other set. For whatever reason, I had set up another better lit set that I was not shooting myself on. I just had.
Well, and from that background, it looks like that's when I was out in L.A. when we were shooting the TV show.
Yeah.
That's right. Here we go. All right, the current standings are Brian has 0 points, Justin's got 2, Bonnie and Bryce have 1 point. Here we go. Round 4, I'll start this one. The quote is, Brant, you don't gotta explain. It's a fuck you, old man. I do what I want.
All right, you want to know what? Hey, who put this together?
Spider-Bite collected this and quotes from all over
Get
chat
the
realm.
fuck out of here. Come on. Like, it's one thing that, like, half of the element of this is that our brains are frail and all we do is talk and we don't retain. Everything doesn't have to be about fucking, like, age and beauty. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, that's definitely me, right? Can we just all unanimously agree that it's me?
I don't
What
think
was Say it again.
So
I
one
just
more
got
time.
so angry. Forgot
Brant, you don't gotta explain. It's a fuck you, old man. I do what I want. Which feels Justin.
Yeah,
to
that
me.
seems like
Yeah.
a Justin correcting Brian moment.
right. Like he's stepping in and making the.
That's me. No, that's me stirring shit. That's a classic me stirring
Yeah.
shit. Like,
I'm on board. I go Team Justin.
I say Justin. He's totally clarifying. Like he has this way of just like distilling everything immediately into.
No, trying to ruin relationships, I think is what you're searching for. It's like constantly throwing Molotov cocktails in other people's lives because I've something damaged inside of me.
By the way, you were constantly teasing this bit as a spooky edition. Is the spooky thing that we're going to get old and die and forget everything?
Spooky. All right. So did we all say Justin?
Yeah.
Is that right? All right. Well, the chat room also said Justin with 57% of the vote. Let's take a look at the clip and see what it really is. This is from episode 25. Bonnie.
Hey,
Count.
Getawag, aka Brant, is defending himself. Do not defend yourself. You did everything right. But
the-
dude, Brant, you ain't gonna explain. Fuck you, old man. I'll do what I want.
There we go. Everybody got a point on that one. Woo, do-do-do-do-do.
Where is that? Is that out in California?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Justin must have been in town, and Tom showed up also. That's from August 2014. Wow. Look at that. All right. Let's do round 5. Brian, we'll start with you. Here's the quote. We just want to know how to make you come. We just want to know how to make you come.
Who first? Because I'm gonna,
Brian, you're up first.
Yeah, I'm all in. Me and Chat Realm apparently are in perfect agreement on this. Yeah, that sounds like Brian.
You're saying it's Brian? All right. Juice, who do you think?
I follow his Twitter account, and I know it's Bryce.
What? Really?
What?
Bryce talks about cum all the time on Twitter, and I think at least once he's talked about something cum worthy on the show.
I do tweet about cum a lot.
And by the way,
That vague defensiveness.
make a mental note because the next time we do this, that's going to be one of them.
Wait,
I
I have.
tweet about cum a lot.
Speaking of puns, like we did earlier,
Sure.
I had this pun.
Okay.
I was like, "Well, is a domesticated wife one that can come when you call her?"
All right.
It was pretty good, right? Has anybody made
Sure.
that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It,
We
it's
just want
been
to
made
know
before.
how to-
I just
No,
had known it.
no.
That's awesome. It's funny.
Bonnie, it's a funny joke. None of us, as the beneficiaries of the patriarchy, know whether or not we can laugh. So
Okay,
certain
I'm
email
laughing.
Bonnie, who do you think said
we
it?
will all politely clap while you laugh, so we don't get
Very
canceled.
brave.
Man, it's
Incredibly
hard to
brave.
be a comedian these days.
We just want to know how to make you come. Bonnie, who do you think?
I think that's a praise.
You also think it's a Bryce?
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
I think it's Justin. I think it might be Justin because that almost sounds lyrical.
Justin's in a row, though. That would be.
Oh, that's
Hey,
true.
like that's the question. Are we up against a Mikey quiz? Because
Yeah,
otherwise, that dude would make them all Justins.
The audience with the 42.4% of the vote said Bryce. So let's see who said this quote. This is from Night Attack number 30. I love you, George. Amen.
Look, normally there's all these formalities, and we suck your dick, and you talk about how we don't need to suck your dick or whatever. That's not happening tonight. You're a friend of the show. Your dick has been wet for 5 years. We just want to know how to make you come.
Oh, Brian Rockwood gets his point.
Oh my
Wow. He nailed it. He was first
Man,
off the
I've
block.
never heard those words used with more hostility towards a co-host of mine. That's amazing.
September
Wow.
2014 is
What
that.
the fuck was happening during that show?
I think that if I was to guess, we were probably doing a NSFW or Night Attack or whatever, and that seems like the kind of thing I would say in a situation where Andrew was playing coy and acting like we weren't already super tight friends or whatever, and then I needed to punch through.
Looking at that era, it was probably around Don't Trust. It was probably around Don't Trust Anne Germain, and we were probably pumping up.
Spider by Zero says Andrew was introducing Jessica Blackwood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that could be.
Yeah, apparently you played the startup spelling bee on this one. So there we go. All right. Current standings, 2 points
Did
for
you ever
Brian.
find out?
What's
Did
that?
you ever find out how to make him come?
Ever find out how to make Andrew come?
Yes, it's to shout, Elon says hello.
Close game so far. Brian, Bryce, and Bonnie have 2 points. Justin has 3 points. We've got some more here, though. We got some more here. Justin, we're going to start with you.
All right, go ahead.
The quote is, God damn it, I can't remember when I said what.
Fuck you. This is me.
Hey, it really is a perfect Rorschach test. I mean, that's either you or me, right?
One of these got to be Bryce or Bonnie, right?
No,
I hope
don't-
so. I asked them to put this together for me so I could play along. So hopefully we're in here somewhere, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's a Brian.
Can't remember when I said what.
The quote was, God damn it, I can't remember when I said what.
I think that I like the word "goddamn it" more than you.
I would go Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Going Brian.
Brian's word.
Yeah, I think that's my
Really?
tick.
He really.
I'm going to go Justin.
I like it. I like
I'm
it
gonna
because
go-
you can make you can pronounce it such that the D becomes a T. You could say like it's my favorite when it's like God damn it, like it's GOT is how you're saying it.
Difference between Brian and I. Brian loves God damn it, and I love God damn. I'll say God damn a lot, and Brian will say.
Oh.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
for some reason,
That's a
God
good-
damn it doesn't sound near as cursy to me as goddamn.
Because God damn it is like a request. God, please damn it.
Yeah, right.
Please damn this shit.
Will you do your lightning thing for me, please?
Damn this fucking shit.
You know, the thing is, one day I had this thought. I was like, what if he does? So
He does,
I don't
damn
like
it.
it. I really don't like it.
God is not an omnipresent robot who has bad programming and can't detect nuance. Or what if he is?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
He sees you when you're
00011.
We have broken into deep philosophical territory here on the
It's definitely Brian. That's the Brian thing to say.
I'm gonna say Justin just to try to play the field a little bit here. 70% of the chat also say it's Brian. Let's go see who this is. This is from episode 206, the after show of Night Attack.
My feelings about it, or God damn it, I can't remember when I said what, but
yeah,
Brian.
Brian pays out.
Also, wait, can we please pause for a second on Bryce's big hat phase?
Look at Brian.
I mean, also, is that you're not wearing a wig? That was just your hair at the time. Like that
Wait, me?
combination,
Yeah.
it really looks like you're wearing
It.
a combination hat with a wig.
Well, okay, so it was long back then. This was
Yeah.
February 2018, and it was coming out on the side that it was.
So
long on.
it was all swooped over on
Yeah.
the one side.
No wig. I've worn a wig once on this show, and it was a Halloween thing. So there
I
we
gotta
go.
get a haircut, man. I look way better with short hair.
You do. You kind of have an Andrew Zarian, like all dolled up, real put together look when you got it shorter.
Yeah, except he has to try.
All right, so going into this next round, it's 3 points for Brian and Bonnie, 2 points for Bryce, 4 points for Justin. Still a very close game.
And by the way, I see people taking side action here in the chat. Dog shit hair or put together hair for me in the next clip. Just side action. You can do your own little side.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. All right, here's the next quote. You can't stop it. Sorry. You can't stop it. Sorry.
What the fuck? That's not even a thing. Who could even tell?
I'll go Bryce. I'll go Bryce. If there's ever going to be a Bryce one, that'll be Bryce.
You can't stop it. Sorry. That does sound like it. I am kind of quick to say sorry. I don't know. You can't. You can't stop it. Sorry.
No,
Justin, what do you
I
think?
love this live poll thing. This live poll thing.
That also sounds like a comedic thing where like something's escalating and I'm denying your ability to pull the brakes.
That
That
does
sounds
sound like
Oh.
something you would do.
Yeah, like
Not
the
gonna
topic
lie.
has to keep. We're keeping this topic going. I see. You can't stop. I think but I think Justin. I think you would say it different. I think this is how Brian would say it. You can't stop it. Sorry. Like no, we're still doing this. I'm gonna say Brian. I am gonna say Brian on this one. I don't have a good track record on this game, but Bonnie, what are you feeling?
Well, I would say Bryce, except I don't think you're actually in any of these. So, like, we hadn't had a Bryce one yet, right?
Correct.
Right. So I think
Even though he specifically requested one.
I know.
And there are a lot more. I don't know that we'll get to all of the ones that they prepared today.
Yeah. So we got to hustle. What do you got?
I'm going to say it's Justin.
I'm gonna say it's Justin. Justin, can you
Yeah.
confirm who your guess was?
I'm gonna guess me.
You're gonna guess yourself. All right. Brian says Bryce. Justin
Yep.
says Justin. Bryce says Brian. Bonnie says Justin. All right. And the chat with 45%.
Chat says dog shit hair.
said it was me.
Oh.
And
Not-
dog shit.
not
hair.
the same,
Is
not the
this-
same poll, I don't believe. All right, let's find out. This is from episode 117 with Rob Krekel. You ever have one of those moments where you see something happen and you can't do anything about it?
You can't stop it. Sorry.
No way!
What's up? It was Brian. Hey, I got a point.
Damn.
That seems
That's,
like a
that's nice hair that I didn't comb, so that's gonna fall under nice hair barely.
Who had bird's nest?
The short version. All right. 3 points for Brian, Bryce, Bonnie. 4 points for Justin. Let's get another one going here. Let's do this one. The quote is, yeah, whatever, fucking 18-year-old eat shit.
Oh, dude, that's Justin all the
by a
way,
mile.
all day long,
Justin by a
upside,
mile.
downside, all around town side. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Robert Young.
Justin's pointing at himself, too.
But Brian, nice hair, or dog shit hair.
Ooh. Let's do that. Do we all agree that this is Justin? Bonnie, do you think this is
I
Justin?
think we all know this is me.
Yeah, this
There's
is
no-
Justin.
Okay, so
Eat
then
shit. The
good
eat
hair,
shit
bad
part.
hair. Good hair,
Good
bad
hair. Good hair, Justin.
Good hair, Justin.
Oh, I go bad hair. I think bad hair, definitely.
All right, Brian, you said good. Bonnie, you
Yeah,
said
we're only giving the poll option
Only
on the
the-
hair. All right. Well, here let's see the clip.
Well,
Everybody agrees.
no.
looks-
Well, no. Let our guesses. We're all gonna guess hair instead at this point.
okay. I'm on team good.
Okay, you team good.
Journey with the good hair.
Everybody, what were your guesses again? Justin and Bonnie.
I said bad.
Justin said
Bonnie
bad.
said good.
I
Bonnie
say
said-
good.
Okay, so Justin said bad. Everyone else said good hair. The chat, 76% are saying bad hair. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, whatever. Fucking 18-year-old eat shit.
It was last fucking week.
in like 24 hours. So for Blizzard's like, yeah, oh, whatever. Fucking 18-year-old, eat shit. Like, get it.
Well, this is a philosophical question. Justin, do you have good hair now or bad hair?
I need a haircut. That's bad hair.
No, it's good hair. It looks great.
No, I need no. Now that I've seen what it looks like, fucking short again, and now I gotta get the short haircut.
He's saying that because he's the one who would get a point.
Look at that clip. I'm clearly trying to emulate your hairstyle right now by growing mine out. So it's got to be good hair.
All right, good hair wins. Good hair wins.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
This is
my
from last week,
goodness.
293. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Wait, somebody said Apex says no. The beard is overgrown in that one. It's been a week and I haven't gotten a beard trim. It's still.
Wait, I'm waiting for somebody to submit one from today. Like,
Don't you tempt them. If you invite the devil into this house, he will accept. What are you doing?
run around.
All right, here we go. This is another entry in our spooky edition of I Said What? If you give me the controls, I will drive into the nearest iceberg I see.
That sounds like something I would say.
That's a Brian thing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin,
Say it again.
Bonnie. If you give me the controls, I will drive into the nearest iceberg I see. Oh, Justin's got to think about it.
Yeah. No, that's Brian's metaphor brain. I don't know. I don't know. if it's
Yeah.
metaphor
Question:
brain.
Is it a metaphor? Answer: It's Brian.
Yeah. Well, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Does the metaphor involve dogs fucking? That it's Justin. But otherwise, if no, yes, the rest of all metaphors, Brian.
Bonnie, are you also on the Brian train?
Yeah, I'm saying Team Brian on this
Same
one.
team, Brian. All right. The chat also with 68, 66, 64% of the vote said it's Brian. Let's take a look. This is from Night Attack episode. Ooh, this is an early one, episode 35. Let it go.
Fucking
I need to ask
hangry.
you one question.
No. Oh,
Like,
God
in
damn
all
it. God damn
seriousness,
it.
if you give me the controls, I will drive into the nearest iceberg I see.
God damn it. All right. Keep it.
Brian
That's enough of that.
Brushwood.
Holy shit.
From October 2014.
The internet never forgets, Justin. The internet never forgets.
I mean, I will never forget that episode.
Oh, what was that episode?
Oh, we will never forget that one.
Oh.
Alrighty, let's do another round here in the spooky edition of I Said What? Quote, I'm gonna Bob Dole somebody's dick.
Wait, that's gotta be the one
That's right.
with the pineapples, like the Dole pineapple dick. No, okay.
The grapefruit?
I don't know.
Remember when they had like that chick that would like
That was
secret
grapefruit.
like fruit?
That was grapefruit.
No, oh,
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Auntie Angel with the grapefruit dick sucking thing.
I do believe, though, that Bonnie would watch that clip and come in and immediately say, I'm going to Bob Dole somebody's dick. So I'm going to go with Bonnie on that one.
Justin, where's your head at?
I'm gonna bet it was the exact same mix-up that we just watched happen. happened back in the day.
So the clip will be the exact same thing.
Yes.
Wow.
You
And
know
Bob doling somebody's dick would not be fucking them while holding a pen upright with your thumb. Or I guess if you did jerk them off like with your thumb, making sure that it stayed perfectly erect, you would not wrap the thumb. You would brace it as a brace on the stem. That might be Bob doling somebody's dick.
Bob Dole.
Yeah, put it in the Reddit.
Bonnie, what do you think? Who do you think said, I'm going to Bob Dole somebody's dick?
That's gotta be. Well, because of the implications.
Everything's been.
I mean,
just
it's
Brian
either
and
you or
Justin
me,
up
right,
until this
Brian?
point. Bonnie's like, only half of this panel likes dick.
No, like, did I overstep? Was that like, that was obvious. Like,
Only half of this panel respects Bob Dole.
Yeah.
So we've got.
That was a stalemate.
Stalemate. That pineapple's stale. I say it's me. That sounds like a body.
Bonnie says it's Bonnie. I think I'm gonna Bob. This is a Justin thing. I think this. I'm gonna put.
Who else makes Bob Dole jokes? Nobody.
Are you also going with yourself?
Center the fucking cycles of my brain saying, how can I make this a dick joke about Bob Dole? Like, that is like a constant refrain in my psyche.
Oh.
So you're going. You're going with yourself, Justin.
Of course. Who else makes that?
All right. The chat also says it's Justin. 59% of the vote.
Not
believe it's him.
69?
No, not 69. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this clip. This is from Night Attack number 56.
All right, I'm not going to say it.
All right, can we snap back
It
to...
just shows how broken a human being I am, that I can't hear, like, it's just like I literally hear any voice. Like oh, Bob Dole just gave a bunch of money to charity. Oh, how about he Bob Dole somebody's dick? Oh, fuck you, Dole. Like,
Here we go, Justin.
Man, I should have placed a heavy bet on bad hair.
It's a fucking mess. Oh, my God. Rat's nest in that clip.
This is episode 56 from March 2015. There we go.
In the chat, they're saying, looking homeless as fuck.
It also really just makes me understand like what this comedy team really is. Like there's like a very well put together person and then this vagrant that for whatever reason he's brought into his life.
All right, we're going to do our...
Like the success of this venture like allows the vagrant to like live in a hotel for a couple weeks, but he always spends his money too fast and he wears clothes that are too fancy, and then a week later right back to the streets making the same gutter talk jokes as the nice man who's living a fucking good life just stares next to him and says, well, I guess another week if people like it.
All right, we're going to do our last one here. This is a very close game. Brian, Bryce, and Bonnie have 5. Oh, no, sorry. Brian and Bonnie have 5 points. Bryce and Justin have 6 points each. We're going into our double points round, so it's anybody's game. In this spooky edition of I Said What. All right, here's the quote. Quote, look at this AIDS-infested cunt.
Oh.
We almost made it 1 week.
It was chat that said it.
Yeah,
we never
I'm going to
said
put
it.
this one on Spider Bite.
Yeah.
Look at this AIDS-infested.
I mean, you could also skip to the next one if you wanted.
I mean, but now I want to know.
Now we need to know all we need to know.
So far. Oh, you know what?
This.
I need one answer to a question. Did this submission come after the show started?
No.
Okay, so it was already in there because
understanding
everything
is
has
this
only been
document
Brian
ended.
and Justin so far.
Did you say that earlier in the pre-show?
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know.
No, I don't believe any of these were after the show started.
Okay, so I'm going to have to assume it was one of the two of us, and I feel like only one of us has the fortitude to say that in a non-Australian accent. I'll go with Justin.
Brian's gonna say.
How was his hair?
Neatly Brazilian.
Brazilian.
I was bald?
Gone?
Yeah.
All right, Justin and shaved. Justin.
Technically waxed.
Yes, right. Who do you think said, "Look at this AIDS-infested cunt"?
I mean, yes, I'm a bad person with a bad mouth. Bad things that, yeah. I mean, we should actually have a game called like, "Why Will I Be Canceled?"
Hashtag. We had a fairly clean Me Too record up until just now.
Yeah, no, it's like look, there's plenty of landmines in there for anybody to find, so we can all just run over them if we want. Of course, it's me.
All right, Bonnie. Who do you also think? Look at
Justin?
this AIDS-infested cunt was Justin.
It's Justin with hobo hair.
Oh,
Justin with
with the
the
multiplier.
Oh, okay, the multiplier, yeah.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna play the field a little bit. I'm gonna say Brian. I'm gonna see. There's a chance.
Well, I mean, look, right now, the
Justin
crowd believes that it is Brian. Brian has the will of the audience here.
I mean, is it too much to ask just 1 week? Just 1 week if we could take a break from that word.
The C word?
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, Bonnie smiling like a Cheshire cat. She's like,
Bonnie's
you don't
in the
get
dark.
grant
All you
me-
see
you
is
don't get to grant me freedom and then take it away like 3 weeks after. Bonnie is just exploring the studio right now. There are many more weeks of C-bombs to be dropped.
Cunt.
What a spooky edition of. I said what?
All right. Next week, no C word.
I didn't realize we were.
Because if you listen real close on a very still night, you can still hear her say,
All right, we've got our answers in. I said Brian. Everyone else says Justin. Let's take a look. This is from Night Attack number 31. Throw down for what?
You nuts. This just in, breaking news. Chat Realm does not like their intro to be, "Look at this motherfucker." What? Let's little more respect this time. Let's
All
take
right.
two.
All right.
Here we go.
Listen. Message received. Okay?
Indeed, sir.
Here we go. Look at this AIDS-infested cunt.
Justin,
I'll
pins
give you-
out.
I'll give you points.
And with that,
I'm
one,
sorry,
two,
we could not see the hair because it was under a top hat.
with 8 points, your winner today is Justin River. Yeah!
Oh, congratulations, Justin. Oh.
You win.
Goddamn.
Congratulations. Thank you again to Spider-Bite and everyone who used the Discord to help us put this game together. Keep an eye out. We're going to use that room again. We'll find another community-based game for everybody to submit links to. So nightattack.tv/Discord is where you can join that. Mail, M-A-I-L, at nightattack.tv is the email address where you can send us games or emails, which we'll read at the end of the show, which is not what this is.
Hey, Justin.
Real quick, before we get into that, Spider-Bite says, for whatever it's worth, that last clip was after a full Ali Spags power hour.
Oh.
So at least all I did was say something horrible and didn't ruin a professional relationship. as far as our like after Ali Spagnola power hour track record goes, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I have a suggestion for this game.
Yes.
Is that it doesn't include you or Justin,
It has to
but
be people
the
who
guests.
aren't us.
the guests on the
Guests.
show. I think it would be really great because then we get to character explore all the different people that have been on the show. Would that be fun?
Hells yeah. And now's the moment where we take a little bit of time to do some diamond time. Diamond time. What you do is you go to diamondclub.reddit.com and you'll see a sticky post right at the top. And the top 3 of those, we will shout out your project, starting with Hot Beverages. Hello, my name is M/Hot Beverages, and I make Sprite magnets out of perler beads. I open an Etsy shop full of Diamond Club Pixel Sprite magnets. Diamond Club magnets are at etsy.com/shop/hot beverage crafts. I also open up commissions for any other people, for any other Sprite work people might like. If you purchase a Diamond Club or custom magnet through PayPal, please enjoy free domestic U.S. shipping. That's bit.ly/hot beverages magnets. PayPal.me/hot beverages.
And those are camel case, hot beverage and magnets. Their first letter are capitalized.
Yeah, and I'll also say they're awesome. I have them on my refrigerator and in shadow boxes. So go ahead and get them. They're awesome.
She made some pixel art Pokemon for our kids,
we
and the
still
kids
have 'em on
love them.
there.
Yeah, they're on our fridge to
Like-
this very day.
Years later, they are still revered.
Daily Arm 1564 writes, Gem Seeker is the newest film by the Constellation Project and Edge of Orion, a Chicago-based theater company that provides classes and stage productions with neurodiverse and differently abled artists working alongside neurotypical artists. Our first film is a Star Wars-inspired fan story called No Easy Target, and it's gained both national and international praise, including multiple film festival awards. Gem Seeker is a Tolkien-inspired adventure that continues the conversation about acceptance and representation that No Easy Target started. The projected cost of the film is $20,000 in total, and the writer-director has covered most of the principal photography out of pocket. We just need help funding the post-production and distribution. So we set up an Indiegogo campaign to fundraise. You can find out all about the film and the other work we do at edgeoforion.com. And go to Indiegogo.com and look for Gem Seeker, an inclusive fan film.
Also, Discs of Tron in the chat says, a friend of the show, Casey McKinnon, stars in a new short film premiering in NYC on Friday. That's YOLO420.com/Casey, CASEY. Congratulations, Casey McKinnon.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, yeah. No, Casey's the best. Diamond Time is where you can shout out your projects right here on the show. Just head on over to diamondclub.reddit.com or reddit.com/r/diamondclub.
Hells yeah.
That's right. Our condolences to Roberto Villegas, who was too sick to make a movie draft minute this week. But we do have a little bit of movement here on a bunch of the teams. Maybe I'll just run through them really quick. Brett and Jenny have no money yet. Their movies have not come out yet. John Teasdale has got $3.1 million in fourth place. In third place, Brian Brushwood has $20.5 million.
With Gemini Man. How you feeling about that Gemini Man performance, Brian?
Oh, God. Look, I mean, the moment Gemini Man came out, I was like, well, I'm in last place. That's that.
Movie League Mike's got $30.3 million from the Addams Family. And Tom Merritt's The Joker movie is bringing him to a resounding first place with $193.5 million.
Man, he paid, like I'm excited for Tom, but he paid $41 for that. Like, it's gotta make another $100 million before he has a chance.
You think it could, though?
It's got a shot. The question is, like, is anyone going to go to the movies? Because, we had a real underperforming summer. So what does make money these days?
Are we headed towards a reality where we're gambling over two slugs and which one's going to make it to the edge of the sidewalk? Like, does nobody go to movies anymore and we should stop playing our game?
Like, honestly, look at Jexy. So Jexy opened this week, and that is a fairly hot comedic actor, right? Like Adam Devine is somebody that traditionally came from a path for which he should be entering his prime as guy who makes funny movies that like can star in comedies by himself. It's got a hip concept of a Siri that goes rogue and starts like taking over your life and being mean to you. A good supporting cast, and it did in another world. I think that does at least 10 million, 15 million, like something that winds up ending around 40, 50 just by name recognition and shit alone, but like we're just not in that world anymore. Now that a like studio comedy with people that you know in it did what a indie movie used to do, like a well-regarded indie movie.
Yeah, it almost makes me wonder if the future of the game doesn't rely on a different metric than box office receipts. Like it's almost like, and unfortunately, like Netflix doesn't divulge their viewership numbers or anything. But down the road, 10 years from now, I could totally see this being just a Netflix game.
Do you think we can, what if we opened up to international? Because international's always been a big thing. I know the timing's weird with it, but if we always said it's an extra layer, we'll keep the normal date, but if it gets an international release, then you'll also get that. I don't know.
I think the simpler option, if we do want to keep it where we include the Jexies of the world, is that we just start to maybe cut out the like biggins, that like the game ruiners, maybe like anything that's a comic book movie. Now we're only picking out of like indie movies and base hits to see who breaks out.
T2T2 nailed it in the chat. If we go international, then all of a sudden it's like you just draft whatever movies are the most China friendly. And that seems like a less fun game than what we've been playing.
Just go ahead and ask LeBron.
I like the idea of a small fry league. Just all the movies that don't have posters on IMDb.
Bryce, I don't know if you've noticed, we're living in it.
There it is. Hey, did we get any mail this week?
We did get some mail. Let's take this moment to look into the mailbag. Oh, this is not going anywhere. Okay. Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
Very grand. This is part of.
So glad, because Bryce, I have had the fucking tech day from hell. Like, although I am very supportive and I honor your tech misfortunes, I have fellowship with you in this moment, because I've had nothing but tech garbage lap upon my shores.
I could verify this. I definitely called Justin earlier in the day because I knew he'd be watching the debates. I'm like, hey, man, instead of calling you right before the show, you're going to be watching the debates. I'm calling you early in the day. He's like, what are you up to? Smash cut to Modern Rogue style sometime later. Like, so anyway, that's why fuck technical problems.
Yeah, man. It's tough. Yeah. I know, because, you had some sort of error. We got some new software we're working with, new hardware. Everybody, thank you for your patience with these technical difficulties.
Wait, did you lose your lights for this week?
Oh, yeah. Did your power go out with the PG&E? How was that?
No. Luckily, we were on the protected scrolls, so we did not have our power go out. However, we did have a 4.5 magnitude earthquake happen last night that we were awake for, and the birds, which you would think would be the most startled over any kind of jostling, literally not a flinch through the entire 4.5 magnitude earthquake. Something fell down while we were asleep, and they all freaked out. So, that was a fun moment.
All right, we've got this letter here. We've got this letter from Alex. Alex writes, hey, guys, I need your input on something. Lately, I've heard there's ain't no laws when you're drinking the claw. I wanted to know if you think this is true. Thanks, Alex. Which is funny. He sent this way in before the stream started
What's funny is I looked at the timestamp, and I'm like, okay, that was before the show started.
2 p.m.
Insane.
Claw, it's crazy how much White Claw is a big deal. I was talking to someone who runs a bar a couple of months ago, and he was like, we got a hard seltzer, because everyone wants the White Claw, but everyone is like brand loyal to the White Claw. They wouldn't accept this. Like, it's also a hard
I'd
seltzer.
be worried about that, because that kind of thing is fleeting, right? Mm-hmm. That intensity, it burns hot, but it burns short.
Apparently, it made him change brands. Apparently, it was enough to make him make the switch, and it sells like Banga.
Tell you what, you know what I would love? I would love a YouTube video in which they serve, like they have an over-the-shoulder camera for the bartender, and all night he only serves Zima, telling people it's White Claw. So it's like somebody orders a White Claw to get a Zima, nobody notices.
But Zima tastes different. You could probably switch them out with like a Bon and Viv or any of these other like hard seltzer kind of things. Zima was like a lighter malt liquor-y kind of thing, right? Like it
It was
had like
more sugary, right?
Yeah, more sugary sort of taste to it. But you could definitely hit them with any of these other. You could probably hit them with fucking LaCroix with like bitters in it, and they would think that it was.
How do you think
Club.
internally the suits are dealing with this "ain't no laws when you're on the claws"
Oh, they love it.
thing? Like, well, to an extent, seems like that's a liability nightmare at some point.
So you drink responsibly. Like that's
Oh God, dude, they're in the industry where fucking Four Loko exists. Like where they were like, yup, you want to black out and fucking like, do a backflip? Drink this shit. It's going to be illegal tomorrow. Like, and that was like a bonanza. Like people will tell stories to their grandkids about the sales spikes that happen in that industry. No, this is fucking like kind of amazing because it's sort of 4 quadrant, right? Like older people want a health conscious beverage, and so they are into.
Hold on. Is it possible that they're not saying get wild? Is it possible that they're going after the conscientious libertarian anarcho-capitalist market with ain't no laws when you're on the claws?
I think
Is that what's
that's
going on?
I think it's the second quadrant on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, their new spokesman, Andrew Heaton.
Oh my gosh.
Tell you that there ain't no laws when you're on the claw. No, but I think like look, old people fucking love it, young people love it, boys love it, girls love it. Like it is this weird, like, because normally alcohol has always been oddly gendered. Like there is like girls drink wine and boys drink beer, and girls like this kind of thing and boys like that kind of thing. For whatever reason, White Claw in this like Gen Z like kind of a bubbling up of it, it's like, no, young people like White Claw, which means old people like White Claw because again, it's like low calorie.
Yeah, that's part of the reason that you saw like the Mike's Hard Lemonade and a lot of the ciders. They all of the advertisement skews heavily masculine, as if they're clearly compensating for something. Where it's like, this is what a real man drinks is just cider. So
Ignore that it's easier to drink. Just,
Right.
Yeah. Have any of you guys actually had White Claw? I haven't had it.
Nope.
Justin?
I have. Oh yeah, no, it's fucking great. It tastes like LaCroix. It's like
Seriously?
I've never gotten like straight out wasted on it. I've had like samplings amongst an evening, or as I talked about earlier this episode, a morning. But I've not like rocked an evening on White Claw the way I've rocked an evening on like light beer or whatever.
I think
People in the chat are literally sending us their images of the White Claw that they're drinking right
oh
this
my gosh.
moment.
I think it's totally the gender neutral design too. Like it's got one band of bright color that's forgivable, but it's kind of a masculine presentation. So it's like both, no matter how you
How do they get away? It's got to be some kind of brewed drink in order to be in gas stations. So here in Texas,
Yeah, it
we
has
got
to
those
be
blue
like a
laws,
wine.
so you can't do any kind of liquor. Did we already talk about this on the show proper? How there are these there are these faux hard liquor drinks that are showing up in gas stations here in Texas. Did we talk about this?
Maybe
No.
in the pre-show.
So out of the corner of your eye, you're checking out, and if you had been in California a whole bunch, you would instantly recognize the shape of a half pint of a rum, a spiced rum, a vodka, a cinnamon whiskey or whatever, and basically they're aping the structure of those. But then you look real close, and it says flavored grape wine on all of them. So they are able to get into gas stations, but they look and seem kind of like hard liquor.
Yeah, their website says it's carbonated water, alcohol, and alcohol-based flavors, sugar, etc.
Yeah, I think in order to be in gas stations, it has to be a brew of some type. But I'm sure they're able to purify it in such a way that it tastes like a vodka soda or something.
All right, Brian.
Yep.
Next week, the Ain't No Laws episode.
I mean, maybe we can talk about this.
Are they going to be our sponsor?
I'm just saying. I mean, like because we both usually ride with sidecars. We could do it for the theme. We could build up suspense and excitement for the thrilling Ain't No Laws edition of Night Attack. You just got to give me your word that it's going to happen next week.
Look, the moment we both drink this beverage and there are no laws, we got to mint currency. We have to go to declare war. We got to, like, what are all the things we got to get done?
Want to know what? Send it to us at Night Attack Show for the rest of the time between now and next week. Ain't No Laws edition of Night Attack happens next week.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Alex, for that email. We also got this question from HTTPS, who asks, other than Hearthstone, what vid games you guys playing?
Man, I'm getting back into VR in a big way. Part of it is setting up the new place, playing the hell out of that Audica. I was thinking about playing it tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, how are you doing at Gold Dust?
I was able to complete the song with, I believe, like 87% complete on the highest difficulty of expert.
We were doing a VR stream, so if people don't realize, we were doing a VR stream. Maybe it was after Night Attack.
I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. But then I got tweeted by the people who made the game saying, like, you can do it. You'll defeat Gold Dust.
Brian would start and he would miss a note and he would stop it and retry and bring it back.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again tonight. I'm getting pretty good at that one.
Okay. There we
Oh, that's adorable.
Justin, what are you playing?
Also, Brian, there's another game you're getting back into, right?
I lasted, I believe, 5 days, 6 days. I lasted 6 days. And then I read that. Listen, where were you when you read that half-assed apology from Blizzard? Where were you when you thought, it's close enough? Where were you when you rationalized thinking, I mean, if somebody got on stage in the middle of my event and shouted, fuck Putin, up the rise of the proletariat, I mean, would I be cool with that? Where were you when you found out that they now had new hero faces for those who had more than 1,000 wins with the Paladin?
God. I mean, Brian, it's been probably like 2 weeks since the initial thing. You want to know how many fucking days I've since I played that fucking game?
You've never stopped.
Jack shit, baby! Guess what? Yeah, fucking I stand with Hong Kong, the revolution of our age, but homie, I only play one video game. I'm sorry. Like, there's just like you are asking me to give up video games if you're asking me to stop playing Hearthstone. So like, I got one fucking fight.
Now the email said. Now I'm just gonna make a point out of this. The email specifically said other than Hearthstone. So if both of you are gonna answer with Hearthstone, I'm gonna have to hold your feet to the fire just a little.
I mean, I'm playing Audica. I played Audica today.
Okay, Brian did say Audica.
Other than that, I went through half the Goose Game, and I love the Goose Game. The Goose Game is fucking amazing.
Untitled Goose Game, yeah.
Hey, although I will say, like, I made a comment about it on Twitter that it turns out that reading up on the gossip about Hearthstone takes up exactly as much time as playing Hearthstone used to. But then I really got bummed out. Like, once Blizzard had finally made a move and said, hey, this is what we're about. We agree. We definitely overcorrected. It was not cool. They totally lied through their faces about it not being about China or whatever. Clearly that colored the severity of it. And then also didn't help that they issued 2 different apologies, one to China, one to Americans.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I had a point and I've lost
Reading about drama is more fun than playing the game.
Oh yeah, the community, the pitchfork wielding community with their
Some might consider you part of the Hearthstone community.
Yes, but the pitchfork wielding community really lost me when they deconstructed the Blizzard statement saying, I don't know, guys, I'm an expert in Chinese and English, and there are some unquestionable verbal tics in this that tell me that this was written by a non-English speaker and that this was definitely written by a Chinese person.
I read that Twitter thread.
That was the moment I was out. I was out.
I mean,
because
I would say that's more internety than it is necessarily like ragey. Like the idea that like the internet can find. Like, that is classic. We did it, Reddit. like, oh no, we found the thing. Like Occam's razor says, no, it was over fucking edited a billion times by 50,000 different people who were all terrified, but all had to make one change. And then eventually what got spit out to the populace was not a bold, heartfelt statement by the CEO, but rather a beaten within an inch of its life piece of paper that had been touched by 50,000 people. And that might, to some linguists, sure, you're right, it might look like another language.
Well, and the part that broke my heart was seeing the gigantic 4-digit number of upvotes on that thread and seeing the gigantic 4-digit number of retweets on that thread. And I was like, is that where that thing's going? All right. Have a great day. I'm going to play some Hearthstone. And so I went and played
Again,
Hearthstone.
an email not about Hearthstone. Just reminding everybody. Specifically not about Hearthstone.
It's like, that's Reddit. Like, come on. Like, you know how many upvotes a fucking somebody showing their butthole gets? Like, a lot.
Oh my God.
I've been playing here on the Twitch channel this murder mystery visual novel called The Somnium Files. I'm playing it once a week here, and it's a trip. If you're interested, check it out. We play it near the end on Fridays. I think we'll play it on Friday this week.
And that's what you're playing when you're not playing Hearthstone.
I don't play Hearthstone. I haven't played Hearthstone in many years, actually.
Yeah.
You did. You did play though? I didn't know. You
At one point,
okay.
I did. Yeah.
All right.
And Bryce, those Friday streams, is that on Night Attack or on your channel?
On Night Attack, yeah. Twitch.tv/Night Attack.
Sorry. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, we need to come up with like a name, like Friday Night Bryce or something.
The series for this game is called The Somnium Files. There we go.
Friday Night Bryce. This Friday.
My own marketing plan, but
Friday Night Bryce.
thank you everybody who checks that out. We have a good number of people who check it out and stay up to date with it. But that's what I've been playing. And then on the phone, Mini Motorway on the Apple Arcade from the people who made Mini Metro.
I gotta get that out.
I haven't talked to Bonnie about this yet. I think Bonnie, we're gonna have to get Apple Arcade for the kids.
Really?
I thought you did get it.
Like, do you think we spend $5 a month on apps for the kids? She doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, except that, the kids aren't going to like any of the Apple.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah,
they
they're
are
good games.
legitimately
Really
very
good
good
games.
games.
What is that?
Okay.
What is that? What is that Apple side-eye?
They have a game from Pendleton Ward. Let the kids know they got a game from Pendleton Ward.
Like games because they're good games. That's not why kids like games.
Yeah, you're saying you're talking about Callie. Callie, our 6-year-old, is addicted
Nobody
to all
else
of
is,
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Nobody else is buying
agree.
games. Nobody else cares about games. They're all just drawing on their iPads and want better brushes. Callie, however, wants a cute kitty to tell her, buy my game. And then she's just like, yeah, I'll buy your game. So, yeah.
You should get Callie the Jerry's Balloons game from Rick and Morty.
I don't know. But I do know 5,000.
What?
What?
What are you doing?
5,000 what?
Buddy, is that what you've been doing during the show? Bonnie's been checking. Modern Rogue is doing very well. Looks like we're about to cross 1 million. And I am convinced that there's some kind of internal conspiracy over at Google where as you get close to those milestone moments of 100,000 or 1 million, I am convinced, because this is the third time that it's happened, I believe, and it could be faulty memory, I believe it happened during when Scam School got close to 1 million. It sped up and got past. Certainly, we saw that happen. I think we talked about it on the air like nearly 3 years ago with Modern Rogue past 100,000. And now, we were doing nothing, like maybe 250 subs a day. And then we got like over 900,000. And then all of a sudden, it's going crazy. Like there's like 5,000 or 6,000 subs a day right now. So I'm certain that it'll blow past and then slow down again.
So how close are you now? Under 5,000?
I believe tomorrow. Here, I can give you the up to the minute update.
I was going to pull it up, but YouTube is doing this thing where they're like rounding
Yeah.
numbers on the website.
No,
which
they
makes it
only
very difficult
if you're
to see.
logged in, you can hit refresh and you can get the exact number. And we are at 995,401. And if
There
I
you go.
hit
So
refresh,
4.5 thousand away from 1 million. Very cool. So probably by next night attack.
oh, certainly. Like
Yeah,
possibly
definitely.
tomorrow night. I think there's an excellent chance by tomorrow night.
Okay, so by the time people are listening to this,
Yeah. No, I'm really excited. I mean, that's huge because unlike Scam School or most of the stuff that we did in iterations before we went independent, I mean, this is the first time to go from nothing to 1 million completely as an indie property, which is pretty big.
Fucking massive. That's gigantic.
Yeah.
alrighty, that's our mailbag for this week. Thank you to everybody who sends in mail. mail@nightattack.tv. If you send in an email, we might read it here, which is the end of the show, which is what this is.
Hey, man, what did we learn this week, Justin?
Well, Brian, we learned that you should just turn away Will's Crown Apple vodka, Crown Royal Apple shot.
We learned that no matter how many times you swear it off, that AIDS-infested C word just keeps on showing up on the podcast.
We learned that I should get a fucking haircut.
Or, you know what? Yes, so that I can supplant you with your hair, because clearly I'm halfway there.
But mostly we've learned that, folks, you can die in a fire.
Yeah, man. We'll see you next Tuesday. We love you guys. Who's the bit boss?
Big Jim with 3,100 bits. Thank you so much to Big Jim.
Big Jim is our only true fan. Everyone else, total dog shit.
Yep, jumping in a lake of fire.
I get so sad that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano.
995-407 now.
Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.